What is going on, you guys? It's Extreme here, and welcome back to another Destiny video here on my channel. Now, over the last 48 hours-ish, a lot of people have been giving their... Well, they haven't really been giving their thoughts and opinions for the bulk of it, but they have been doing the reveal recap of the Destiny stream that took place over on Twitch this past Wednesday. I am going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on the reveal and some of the things they talked about. So we're gonna dive right into this, and I'm gonna talk about the big thing they were so excited to reveal: more vault space. If I had an audio clip of crickets right now, they would be playing, because I'll be brutally honest with you, I didn't give two shits about the vault space being increased. You know, I mean, I'm glad they did it, but considering I'm going to have a lot of room in my vault come Taken King, I wasn't that concerned with it. But it's cool to have all this extra vault space. You know, it is what it is, and I have no idea why I just had a seizure right there. Anyways, so the vault space getting doubled, you know, all right, cool. It does serve a purpose, and I am glad that they did it, but I wasn't as excited for it as I was, you know, exotic blueprints, and the fact that several of our year one exotics are being, in a sense, upgraded, like not just in power, but in stats and in perks and in abilities that they may not have already had. Case in point, Light Beyond Nemesis now has the ability to essentially gain extra super energy from killing enemies of the dark, or killing enemies of the dark with a heavy. So badass, you know. I like that, and I like the fact that that's become a feature. They have also already stated in the weekly update that the no backup plans, which is a perk or an exotic, sorry, that I do use the no backup plans. Apparently there's a perk on it now that will trigger the force barrier from a shotgun kill. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to get my hands on that particular item here very soon. But I got to address the, as I refer to it, elephant in the room. So what happened to the statement that all exotics, no matter what, will carry forward with you and will be relevant in the next incarnation of the game? Apparently they're going back on that statement to some degree, and at launch there is only going to be a selected number of exotics moving forward. Now, does this mean that over the course of the next few months all the remaining exotics are going to be pulled forward, or does this mean that only some of our exotics are actually going to get pulled forward over the course of year 2? And will their damage ever get increased to the maximum available damage? This is something that has been left as an unanswered question currently. We do know that there is a laundry list of weapons from year 1 that are getting pulled into year 2, and that's cool beans, but to say I'm a little disappointed in, you know, what we've seen to some extent, yeah. Frustration is abound regarding exotics, as far as some of them not coming forward and some of them not even being a thing. It's kind of disappointing for me. I'm a big fan of all the exotics inside of Destiny, and to see that they're not coming forward is honestly very frustrating. So I guess we'll know for sure what the final list is come Taken King, or more precisely, probably the week before Taken King launches, kind of like what they did with House of Wolves. There'll be a massive system-wide dump of all the new content. There'll be like a massive update to the game, and we'll get our hands kind of on update 2.0, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that more or less may be exactly what they do. I don't see it happening, but I do see some kind of massive update coming out that adjusts some things and so on and so forth. We'll see. But that won't be happening until, what, like, we got at least 2 more weeks before that happens. And then we'll get I guess, more of a refined list of what's coming as far as items are in, I guess, I'm getting tongue-tied here. As far as items go, we will get a fine, I guess, detailed list of what's coming and what exotics are moving forward into Taken King. So look forward to that very, very soon. We got like 2 weeks before that'll happen probably, so keep an eye out for that information. So besides exotic blueprints and how that system will work, my only other thought about the exotic system is, will year 1 exotics still drop inside of year 2? If they won't, well, that fucking sucks. Just gonna point that out right now. That really fucking sucks, man. And I hope that isn't a thing, but if it is, you know, it is what it is, I guess. If that's the case, I need to really get down and find that 4th horseman before year 2 starts. But I'm pretty sure year 1 exotics will continue to drop and will continue to be available for purchase from Xur. And of course, now we know there's a bunch of different ways to get gear and, you know, Nightfall type gear and whatnot. So, you know, it's cool. They're changing things up, and I like what they're changing. The exotic system is something that I am very excited for. I can't wait to see what the final list is on that. The collections in general, because when you really think about it, exotics kind of fall in the collections system. Emblems, shaders, things of that sort, we all collect them. Having one universal location to go to get these items from now on is really cool. And the fact that you're going to know exactly where you can get certain shaders and emblems and, you know, so on and so forth. Dude, I can't wait, man. I am ecstatic about this. I cannot wait to get my hands on them. And it's kind of clear that some of the gear you're going to be able to acquire, you know, without issue. And from my understanding, the emblems are account-wide. They're not just attached to one class. So keep that in mind. The same with shaders. So they're account-wide now. They're not just what you've gotten on one character. They're what you've gotten on any character. So that's going to be cool. What else? The reputation system regarding, you know, how you're going to earn rep through factions. I was under the mentality that you could apply for one faction, and if you wanted to change your mind, you could change it to another, but you couldn't change it again till the next week. I guess that's something we're going to have to wait and see and get more clarification on. I will be personally experimenting with that week 1, because currently I'm trying to set up all my vendors more or less ready to go. The ones that I can work on, I'm already kind of trying to work on those and get that, I guess you could say, early rush done. So when Taken King comes out, all I got to do is certain things, and bada bing, bada boom, I've already got stuff ready to go. Speaking of vendors, and, you know, I didn't really mention this, but marks and whatnot, legendary marks, I like that there's no longer going to be a cap on them and that they're account based. They're just like Glimmer. But I am a little frustrated that for every 50, yeah, you heard that right, for every 50 marks, you're only going to get one accommodation. That accommodation had better be worth a shit ton of fucking rep, man. Because if it's only worth like 50 rep or some shit, that's some bullshit. I'm just saying, it should be worth a decent amount of rep. And since you're only getting one for every 50, when you take in the full total, you're getting 8 per each character. So 8, 16, 24 of these accommodations. Yeah, I'm just hoping that they're going to be viable beyond just, you know, something. I'm kind of hoping they're going to be worth like 250 or more, maybe 500. That would be cool, you know, if they were really worth their weight, you know. But we'll see. We will see come Taken King. So keep your eyes on that when Taken King drops in September. What else? How your armor and your weapons stack up. I like that feature. I like how your light is no longer associated with your level. It's directly correlates to your gear. I'm glad that that's something they're changing. And the way they explained it makes sense. You know, it's essentially one massive average number. So if you have all 300, you know, attack or defense value on all of your items that accumulate your light score is going to be over 300, or going to be 300 or over, whatever, depending on your overall balance, I guess. And, you know, it's kind of cool. You know, it's obviously going to take some balancing for you to keep a high light level, so you're doing full damage on enemies that probably would only take half damage if you were under a certain level or something like that. It is a little confusing to some extent, but at the same time, it does make sense that the higher your light level, the more damage you're doing, and the more defense you take. So the more damage you can take, even though your defense is a certain rating, the higher your light level is, the more bang for your buck and the more power and more damage you can take or deliver. So that's cool, and I like how that system is set up, and I like that it's completely separate from your level again, because levels should be a way to gate things to some extent. Light should be a way to control, you know, how much damage you're really doing overall, not just how much you're kind of doing, but overall how much you're doing. It's definitely going to be noticeable in PvE, and of course it's definitely going to be noticeable in the Crucible when power matters, when light level matters. So that's going to be interesting, and I don't know if you can call it light level anymore, or if we're just going to call it light, but your light level really will matter as far as overall, because if you go up against a guy that's got 300 light and you've got, you know, 250 light, he's probably going to take a hell of a lot more damage from you, and you're going to do a lot less damage to him, and you're probably going to have a pretty significant reduction in damage output. So that's going to be a thing, and I'm almost positive, even if you have, let's say, a full powerful weapon, if your overall light score is still less than the guy you're fighting, he's probably still going to take way more damage from you and do way more damage. So for any of you guys that get where I'm going with this, you want to push your gear to the highest maximum level you can, period. You know what I mean? Essentially infuse that gear as high as you can get it, and don't stop until it's done, you know? Lock that shit out, max that shit out. That's the only way you're gonna be essentially a full level 40 character inside of Destiny come taking King. And I'm probably gonna do a tips and tricks video on that, if what some of the things I'm thinking will work, if they will work. I will do a video on that come September. But overall, you know, the reveal was really cool. They really didn't cover some things I wish they had, like what happens to etheric light. They didn't cover that. They have already stated that, you know, old exotics are not going to be moving forward, or not exotics but legendaries, but now of course it's kind of coming around that it's also old exotics too, which that's a little upsetting, because up until recently I thought, oh, my exotics are good no matter what. Yeah, apparently that's not true, and that's honestly very frustrating. But I understand why they've done this. I get it, but I wish that wasn't a thing. That's my biggest complaint about the whole thing so far, is that Year 1 exotics are not going with you as they were originally advertised to. So, but again, I get why. You know, it makes perfect sense to me. It's just frustrating as fuck, man. So anyways, this video is coming to a bit of an end here soon. And before we get to the end of this video, I want to thank you guys for joining me, as I always do. But I kind of want to know what you guys think of the reveal. What were you excited for? What were you upset by? What were you, you know, hoping would get discussed and didn't get discussed? Let me know down in the comments below. And I look forward to talking to you guys again very soon. I will be back probably next Friday or next Thursday with another video. Until next time, though, you guys, adios.